Hello children, how are you? I hope you are fine. Yes, last day we discussed the chapter Gulliver's Travels. It was a story about a sailor. What's the name of the sailor? Yes, Lemuel Gulliver. Very good. And we also saw the story of some dwarfs. And their life experiences when they saw a giant, when they saw Gulliver. Okay, today we are going to discuss vocabulary junction and our main topics are prefixes and suffixes. Okay, have you heard these terms? Prefixes and suffixes? Okay, let's check the meaning. Prefixes are words that are added before other words. Prefixes are words that are added before other words. For example, in, ir, this. These are examples of prefixes. Prefix, prefixes. Next word. Suffixes are words that are added after words. Suffixes are words that are added after words. For example, ing, in, then s, es, or, ian. These are examples of suffixes. Okay. All of you please take page number 165. Listen here. Read these sentences from the story. Okay, can you read the sentence? Okay, first sentence. He tried to untie himself, but he was unable to move. He tried to untie himself, but he was unable to move. Okay, look at the second sentence. He stared at them in disbelief. He stared at them in disbelief. Here you can see three words are in yellow color. Untie, unable and disbelief. Look at the first word, untie, and it means to undo something that is tied up. That means to undo something that is tied up, free from something that ties. Untie. Okay, look at the next word, unable. Unable means, it means lacking the ability or skills to do something. It is an inability to do something. Okay, next word, disbelief. Disbelief. It is the opposite of the word belief. It's the antonym of the word belief. Belief means faith. Okay, so look at these words again. Untie, unable and disbelief. Here the word untie is formed by adding the prefix un to the word tie. Okay, here the word untie is forming by adding the prefix un to the word tie. Look at the next word, unable. Unable means lacking the ability or skills to do something. Here the word unable is forming by adding the prefix un to the word able. Okay. Next one, disbelief. Disbelief. It is the opposite of the word belief. And this word formed by adding the prefix dis to the word belief. Okay. Here the word disbelief is formed by adding the prefix dis to the word belief. And here these are prefixes. Prefix. We already saw that prefixes are words that are added before other words. Here dis and un are prefixes. Yes, prefixes. Here you can see some examples of prefixes. First one, re. Next is un. Next one, dis. Here the prefix re means again. Okay, next word, un. It means not. That's the meaning of the word prefix un. Okay, next one, dis, and its meaning is opposite of. Here the dis is a prefix and it means opposite of. A prefix is added to the beginning of a word to make a new word. We already saw the definition of a prefix. A prefix is added to the beginning of a word to make a new word. Then a prefix changes the meaning of a word. It changes the meaning of a word. Yes. A prefix is a letter or a group of letters added before a word to change its meaning. A prefix is a letter. We already saw this definition. A prefix is a letter. It is a letter or group of letters added before a word to change its meaning. Prefix such as un, un, then in, mis, miss, ir, then il, and non, are, added to the words to create their opposites, create antonyms. Okay, here the prefix such as un, in, miss, ill and non are added to the words to create their opposites, I mean to create antonyms. Now let's take some examples. First one, un plus cover, then we get a new word, that is uncover. Here the word uncover is formed by adding the prefix un to the word cover, and it is an antonym of the word cover. Cover, and it is opposite of the word is uncover. Next one, disagree, and it is the antonym of the word agree. And here disagree, here the word disagree is formed by adding the prefix dis to the word agree. Next one, incorrect, it is the antonym of the word, it is the opposite of the word correct. Yes, here the word incorrect is formed by adding the prefix in to the word correct. Next one, dislike, and it is the antonym of the word like, and this word dislike is formed by adding prefix dis to the word like. Yes, let us look at the table for the prefixes used to form opposite of words. Okay, now let's check more examples. Prefix, miss is an example of a prefix. Miss is a prefix and the word is match, and we will get, when this prefix miss is added to the word match, we will get a new word, that is mismatch, and it is the opposite of the word match. Mismatch, match and mismatch. Okay, and its meaning, it means something that does not match. The meaning of the word mismatch is something that does not match, and it is the opposite of the word match. We will get the word mismatch by adding the prefix miss to the word match. Next word, place, and when we add the prefix miss to the word place, we will get a new word, that is misplace, and it means to put something in the wrong place, to put something in the wrong place. Next word, next prefix un. Okay, now we are going to discuss the prefix un. Then when we add this prefix un to the word do, we will get the opposite, or we will get a new word, that is undo, and it means to reverse what is done, to reverse what is done. Do, undo. Okay, next one, true. When we add the prefix un to the word true, we will get a new word, that is untrue, and it is opposite of the word true. That means something that is false. Next one, next prefix ir, and the word repairable, and when we add the prefix to the word repairable, we will get a new word, that is irreparable, and it is opposite of the word repairable, and it means something that cannot be repaired, something that can be repaired. Next one, regular, then opposite of the word irregular, and we will get this word irregular by adding the prefix ir to the word regular, and it is opposite of the word regular, irregular, regular. Irregular is the antonym of the word regular, and it means not regular. Next one, next prefix il, then word is legible, and we will get a new word illegible by adding the prefix il to the word legible, and it means something that cannot be read, something that can be read. Then next word literate, and illiterate is a word that is formed by adding the prefix il to the word literate, and it means one who cannot read, one who cannot read. Next one, next prefix dis, and the word is place, and we will get a new word displace by adding prefix dis to the word place, and it means to move something from its original position, to move something from its original position. That is the meaning of the word displace, and it is an antonym of the word place. Next one, order, and antonym of this word is disorder, that means lack of order or organization. Next one, next prefix non, then the word is sense, and nonsense, it is a newly formed word by adding the prefix non to the word sense, and it means something that does not make sense. Next word non-stop, and we'll get the word non-stop by adding the prefix non to the word stop. Then it means without stopping. It is the antonym of the word stop. Next one, impatient. Impatient. The word impatient is formed by adding the prefix im to the word patient, and that means one who has very little patience. One who has very little patience. Next word, impossible. Impossible. And here the word impossible is formed by adding the prefix im to the word possible, and it means something that is not possible. Okay, these are some prefixes. Okay, now let's do a small activity. It is from book B, page number 165. Listen to the sentences, identify the wrong words in these sentences and replace them with the correct one. Here you have to identify the wrong words in these sentences and replace them with the correct ones. Okay, listen here. First question. The clay model has an irregular shape. The clay model has an irregular shape. What will be the answer? Yes, here the correct prefix is irregular. Irregular, that is a correct word. Irregular shape. Next one. I want to make invisible ink so that I can write secret messages to my friends. Look here, invisible, it is not the correct form. Then invisible is the correct answer, invisible. Then next one, Meera placed her pen just before her exam. Placed, and the correct word is replace. Okay, next one, though the teacher gave her many hints, she still gave an incorrect answer. Okay, what will be the answer? Yes, incorrect. That is a correct word. Incorrect. 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 That is the correct one. Then next one. The little boy who works in that shop is unliterate. Unliterate. Okay, here the word, correct word is illiterate. Illiterate. Here the word illiterate is formed by adding the prefix ill to the word literate. So the correct answer is illiterate. That is the correct word. Next one, nothing is disposable if you work hard. Nothing is disposable if you work hard. Yes, the correct form is impossible. The correct word is impossible. Here the word impossible is formed by adding the prefix im to the word possible. That's the correct word. Okay, that's all about the prefixes. Now we are going to discuss the our next topic, that is suffixes. Okay, now read this sentence. Can you read this sentence? Yes. A long time ago, there lived a man named Lemuel Gulliver. He was a sailor. What is his name? Yes, Lemuel Gulliver, and he was a sailor. Gulliver was a sailor. Look at this word in white. Yes, sailor. What's the spelling? Yes, S-A-I-L-O-R. Sailor. Here, the word sailor is formed by adding the suffix or to the word sail. Okay, here the word sailor is formed by adding the suffix or. Here or is an example of a suffix. Or to the word sail. We already saw the definition of a suffix. Suffixes are words that are added after words. Suffixes. Here sail is that is our word, and here the suffix or is added to the word sail. Then we will get a new word, that is sailor. Suffixes are words that are added after words. Here the suffix or added to the word sail changes it to sailor, which means one who goes sailing. The meaning of that word is sailor is one who goes sailing. We use the suffixes er, or, and ian to form words that mean one who does an action. Okay, here we use the suffixes suffixes or, ian to form words that mean one who does an action. Okay, for example, photograph. Okay, look at this word photographer. photographer. Here we get this word photographer by adding the suffix er to the word photograph. Then photographer, that means a person, one who takes photographs. Next one, editor. Editor. Here we get a new word by adding the suffix or to the word edit. An editor means one who edit or correct errors. Next one, next word, waiter. And here we get this new word, that is waiter, by adding the suffix or to the word wait. And the waiter, the word waiter means one who waits on diners in a restaurant. Waits on means serves. Okay, next word. Next one, if the word ends with y, we drop it and add ian. If the word ends with the letter y, we drop it and add ian. Instead of that letter y, we just add the suffix ian to the word. For example, library. Then librarian. Here this word ends with the letter y, and we just drop this word and we should add ian to the word library. Here the word librarian is formed by adding the suffix ian to the word library. And here we if this word is end with y and we drop it, we cut this letter y and we should add ian to this word. Then we will get the new word, librarian, and that means one who manages a library. Next one, history. Then historian. Historian means one who studies history. Here the word historian is formed by adding the suffix ian to the word history. Next one, here y is replaced by the suffix ian. Here the letter y. Look at this word again, history. What is the spelling? history. Here the last letter, here the letter y is replaced by the suffix ian. So we will get a new word, and this word is formed by adding ian to the word history. Yes. Then next one, comedy. Comedian. Comedian means one who performs comedy. Here the word comedian is formed by adding suffix ian to the word comedy, and don't forget to cut this letter y. Okay, here y is replaced by the suffix ian. Yes. Now let's do a small activity. Page number 168. The question is, underline the suffixes in these words and write what each person does. Underline the suffixes in these words and write what each person does. Here you have to underline the suffixes. Here you have to find the suffixes in these words. We already saw that suffixes are added at the end of the word. Okay, here you have to find the suffixes in these words and write what each person does. Okay, look at the first one, inventor. Inventor. Then or. Here the word inventor is formed by adding the suffix or to the word invent, and it means invent something, find something. Next one, magician. Yes, here the suffix ian is added to the word magic. Then we will get a new word, that is magician, and it means practices magic. Next one, banker. It means manages a bank, and here the word the word banker is formed by adding the suffix er to the word bank. Next one, singer. Here the suffix er is added to the word sing, and it means sings. Okay, next word, actor. Here the word actor is formed by adding the suffix or to the word acts. Next one, inspector. Here the word inspector is formed by adding the suffix or to the word inspect, and it means inspects. Okay, next one, director. Here or is the suffix and it means directs. Next word, electrician. Here ian is a suffix and it means manages electrical appliances. Next one, librarian. Here ian is a suffix and it means manages a library. Next word, farmer. is an example of a suffix, and it means grow crops and rear animals. Person who grow crops and rear animals. Next one, physician. Here IAN is the suffix, checks the physical well-being of a person. Next one, gardener. Here ER is the suffix, then maintains the garden. Okay, today we discussed the topic suffixes and prefixes, and this is your homework, pages 166 and 167. Okay, I hope today's class is helpful to you. Wish you a good day. Thank you.